Hello everyone, welcome to the Film Recaps, and today I'm going to explain an action fantasy film called Wrath of the Titans. Be ready for some spoilers ahead. In the ancient annals of time, humans were subject to the rule of gods and monsters, but the demigod Perseus managed to defeat the Kraken and rescue humanity. When his father Zeus offered him godhood, Perseus declined, opting to live as a mortal instead. Even after the death of his wife, he didn't seek aid from the gods, but resolved to live a simple life as a fisherman alongside his son Helios. Their tranquility is disrupted when Zeus visits Perseus one night with terrible news.
How y'all feeling today, man? Good morning, good evening, good night, good day. How y'all feeling today, man? Quick recap. Tune in with me. Smoke a Twinkie. Get right, get your popcorns, and let's get into it, man. No long talk. Let's go.
It seems that the gods are losing their power because humanity has stopped praying, and they can no longer contain the demons within Tartarus, risking the release of Cronus, the father of all gods. Zeus implores Perseus to aid in averting this catastrophe, but Perseus, considering himself only a demigod, refuses once more. Left with no alternative, Zeus, accompanied by his brother Poseidon and son Ares, heads towards Tartarus to mend its walls. Upon reaching Tartarus, they encounter Hades, Zeus's embittered brother, who still holds a grudge his brothers for his banishment into the underworld. Hades swiftly turns against his family by releasing demons upon them, hurling numerous fireballs that send everyone airborne. Though Zeus and Poseidon attempt to fight back, they're quickly overwhelmed in their weakened state, with Poseidon being knocked unconscious by the relentless onslaught. Things become even worse when Ares turns against his father, ruthlessly attacking him and rendering him unconscious. He strides towards Zeus and seizes the thunderbolt, a surge of energy coursing through his body, amplifying his strength. Simultaneously, numerous chimeras emerge from the mountains, flying towards the people with destructive intent. Perseus swiftly spots a projectile hurtling towards their village and promptly gives chase to the fiery menace, recognizing its danger. The colossal object collides with the buildings, triggering a massive explosion and attracting the attention of the villagers as they all gather around the crater. Shortly thereafter, the ferocious monster initiates its assault on the populace, employing its tail as a weapon and eventually springing forth from the earth, inflicting widespread devastation in the vicinity. The people are quickly killed by the monster as they're knocked over and burned alive, but only Perseus is running towards the danger as he tries desperately to look for his son. Suddenly, Chimera confronts Perseus, spewing flames in all directions, but he quickly pursues the monster. He leaps onto the creature's head, thrusting his weapon repeatedly, but eventually gets thrown off by the monster's furious roar. Chimera charges at Perseus, sending him flying with tremendous force, dragging him across the field as they crash through buildings. Perseus ensnares the monster with metal chains wrenching apart the creature's heads. He outwits Chimera, causing the creature to set itself ablaze, ultimately vanquishing the monster as it succumbs to its own flames. Perseus soon discovers that his son Helios has survived the onslaught. He rushes his son to the temple of the gods immediately so that he can pray to his father for help. However, upon arrival, he notices that the place has been ransacked by non-believers. All the sculptures lie shattered into pieces. Eventually, they find a statue of Zeus and begin praying to the god. Suddenly,
Them people rushed in there after them boys lost their power and shit. Crashed the place. They're like, shit, we stopped praying to y'all. Just because we stopped praying to y'all, now y'all stop helping us? I bet we gonna crash the shit out of y'all. Let's go.
Shadow to form inside the building that turns out to be Poseidon, who was able to escape from the previous ambush. Poseidon informs Perseus about Zeus's fate, assuring him that he is the only one capable of saving the world. He tasks Perseus with finding his son Agenor, who is currently with Queen Andromeda. Poseidon explains that Agenor knows the way to the fallen deity Hephaestus, who holds the key to defeating Cronus, before gradually turning into dust and vanishing into the winds, leaving behind nothing but his trident. Meanwhile, Ares has taken Zeus hostage, driven by his hatred for his father due to Zeus's favoritism towards Perseus, his brother. Hades reveals his grand plan of sacrificing Zeus to their father Cronus. They take Zeus to the heart of Tartarus, where the colossal body of Cronus lies dormant. After chaining Zeus and draining his powers, they transform the energy into lava, transferring it to the massive Titan. Hades explains that Cronus has promised them immortality in exchange for freeing him, despite humans' refusal to pray, causing the gods to lose their powers. However, Zeus scoffs at his brother's naivety, stating that the Titan will spare no one. Perseus puts on his armor once again and says goodbye to his son, then rides his magic horse, Pegasus, towards Queen Andromeda. Pegasus carries him into the sky, where he observes armies preparing to battle near the entrance to the underworld.
This on some Greek mythology shit. I'm not so in tune with Greek mythology, but I kind of fuck with it a little. But yeah, it's giving me Greek mythology vibes. You know, every time I see something about Zeus and them niggas, I know it's like on some Greek shit, but all the extra sayings and yeah. I'm more of a Marvel guy. Probably DC here and there. But yeah. I'm more of a outer space type of nigga. You feel me? All this extra Greek mythology and all that extra bullshit, yeah. That's in the past. I'm trying to go up there. Nah, I'm probably chat. Let's go.
Underworld. Perseus rushes towards the soldiers, landing in front of the assembled crowd. The soldiers immediately recognize their hero, the one who defeated the Kraken, and erupt in cheers for his name. After many years, Perseus finally reunites with the queen. He explains to her the reasons behind the calamity, suggesting that they recruit Agenor, a fellow demigod. They go into the prison cells, where Agenor is being punished for trying to marry the queen and absconding with her jewels. Perseus reveals to Agenor that his father was killed by Hades, promising him a chance for vengeance if he aids them in reaching the fallen deity Hephaestus. Perseus manages to convince him to the cause, and they immediately set off towards the mysterious island, where only Agenor can locate by using the trident. After some time, the island appear in front of the group, and they arrive onto a place that's filled by giant trees. Perseus realizes something's wrong as giant contraptions trigger, capturing Agenor in a massive trap. Before they can save Agenor, a tree is thrown at Perseus, shocking him as he sees a giant humanoid named Cyclops in front of him. Perseus tries desperately to run while luring the creature away from his friends. But before the soldiers can attack the first monster, a second one appears behind them. They try to attack using their arrows, but the monster strikes the soldiers and kills them. Meanwhile, Perseus continues fleeing from the monster. The creature destroys all the trees in its path. He finally reaches a cliff where he discovers a trap set up by the giants and decides to make his final stand. The monster charges towards him, shouting furiously as it attempts to crush Perseus. However, he manages to stab the monster's hand, causing it to scream in agony. Soldiers take the opportunity to try to tie up the monster with their ropes, but the creature refuses to be subdued and continues to struggle, throwing Perseus to the ground. Eventually, the monster breaks the rope, but Perseus activates the trap, hurling a tree trunk onto the creature's head and knocking it out in the process. He walks toward the creature in victory, but soon realizes that another
How you got knocked out by your own trap? Bro got knocked out by his own trap.
Another giant is charging forwards to save his friend, forcing Perseus to fight once again. Fortunately, the elder monster appears just in time to stop the conflict. It drops Agenor to the ground and bows toward the demigods in submission upon seeing Perseus wielding the trident. The Cyclops guides them to their destination, eventually.
Okay, real shit, elder. Real shit. Yeah, y'all fighting the wrong people, man. Get y'all facts straight. The hell? I ain't even got my facts straight watching this shit, but yeah, switch sides. It's not always good to switch sides, though. Pick a side and stay there, but you know what I'm saying. Let's go.
Arriving in front of a giant building where Hephaestus resides. They cautiously enter the structure and are surprised to find that Hephaestus recognizes them immediately. It is revealed that Hephaestus is the one who constructed everything for the gods, and they learn that the only way to defeat Cronus is by combining the three legendary weapons of the deities to create the spear Triam. To obtain the remaining items, they must venture into the heart of Tartarus, where Hades resides, and the only path is through the labyrinth constructed by Hephaestus. They immediately head toward the labyrinth and eventually arrive in front of a massive building spinning toward the center of the earth. They manage to reach the structure, but quickly hear a projectile that suddenly hits right in front of them, sending everyone flying backwards. It turns out.
Wait, question. Hephaestus, right? They say he created all the shit for the gods. I was playing that shit, God of War. Isn't God of War kind of related to this shit? I'm tying shit up. But yeah, wasn't the head on, what's his name? Kratos? Whatever. Wasn't the head around his waist the same guy? Or I'm tripping. Let me know in the comment section below. Let's go.
Out that Ares has found their location because one of the soldiers was praying to him, and he effortlessly kills the fighters. Fortunately, Hephaestus is able to open the entrance to the labyrinth. He rushes in to stop Ares sacrificing himself to give them a chance to escape into the labyrinth. They enter the massive building and quickly realize the complexity of the pathways, but they have no choice but to continue towards the unknown. After many hours of navigating the puzzle-like structure, they soon realize something is wrong as the walls begin to move towards them. They quickly run away as the walls seem to come to life, crushing everything left behind. While trying to evade the incoming walls, Perseus becomes separated from his friends, getting pushed away and falling deeper into the building. Before Perseus can recover from his fall, a creature attacks him from behind, trying to kill him. He manages to push the creature away and realizes it's a minotaur. The monster attacks Perseus again, but he redirects the attack onto the wall, breaking off the creature's horn. He then uses it as a weapon to continuously stab the minotaur in the stomach, eventually ending its life. Perseus continues his way while his friends finally catch up and
ugly as hell. Hell, he remind me of somebody I know.
Stab the minotaur in the stomach, eventually ending
Yeah, he remind me of that person I know for real. Hell.
its life. Perseus continues his way while his friends finally catch up, and they soon discover that the entrance to Tartarus lies right before them. Meanwhile, Cronus has absorbed all of Zeus's energy, causing the colossal titan to awaken. Just in time, Perseus arrives to find his father melded into the earth, and using Zeus's weapon, he frees him. However, Ares reappears and unleashes a powerful shockwave that sends the warriors flying. Before Ares can deliver the final blow, Hades intervenes, allowing them to escape temporarily. However, he grabs Hades' weapon and hurls it with tremendous force, piercing Zeus's back. The entire place begins to crumble as the giant titan breaks free from the cave, but Zeus, gripping the divine weapons, triggers a massive explosion that transports them elsewhere. They rush Zeus to the army base, laying him on a table. He instructs Perseus to retrieve the lightning bolt from Ares to forge the Spear of Triumph and thwart Cronus' plans to annihilate the world. Perseus decides to challenge his brother Ares to a fight in the temple of Zeus. He says goodbye to his friends and begins riding Pegasus into the sky as everyone cheers for his victory. Very soon, the distant mountain erupts, unleashing a colossal shockwave that engulfs the entire army, hurtling numerous demons like fiery orbs crashing onto the battlefield. The monsters charges furiously at the army, while the soldiers desperately try to escape. Meanwhile, Perseus arrives in the temple of Zeus to confront Ares, but is shocked to see that he has taken Helios hostage.
Damn, he got his son. Damn. I hate when villains use your kids and shit, bro. Kids should be off limits. I mean, hey, it's a movie, but kids should be off limits. Let's go, man.
So that the boy can watch his own father die. Enraged by the threat to his family, Perseus tries to attack Ares with the trident, but he's swiftly overpowered and thrown to the ground. He continues striking Perseus while his son watches hopelessly. Just when Ares is about to deal the final blow, he discovers that Helios has risen up against him and becomes infuriated at his courage. Perseus seizes the opportunity to attack when he grapples with Ares, thrusting his dagger into Ares' chest and eventually submitting him by choking him out. He grabs onto Ares' weapon and stabs his brother right in the stomach, turning him into nothing but dust. Quickly gathering the three weapons,
ashes to ashes, dust to dust, you go, nigga. They burn your eyes. You got burned, bitch. Let me chill.
of the gods, Perseus combines them, forming the Spear of Triumph, which glows with continuous power. Simultaneously, Hades appears before Zeus, apologizing for his betrayal, then merges his power with his brothers, and finally revives Zeus. They join the battle and destroy the monsters one by one, using their magic to push them back and clear a path toward the
Type shit. Type shit. Type shit. That's your brother, man. Type shit. Siding with your nephew and shit. What type of uncle is you? You supposed to teach your uncle the right way, even though you're a hater. But, bro, you should say, like, yo, bro, you know, I know you have some hard feelings against your pops, but he type strong and shit. You feel me? Ask for a fair one. Don't involve innocent people in it. But nah, good shit, though. Good Good shit, Zeus and whatever bro name is. What's his name? God of Darkness? Yeah, let's go.
Massive titan. Just at that moment, Cronus bursts forth from the mountains, roaring furiously at the gods. Zeus decides to strike first, charging up all his energy and unleashing it upon the monster, causing massive explosions to ripple across the titan's body. However, this only infuriates the titan and prompts it to attack the mountain, destroying it. Fortunately, Perseus arrives on the battlefield with a magical spear and intends to defeat the giant monster. The colossal creature notices Perseus and hurls a barrage of lava at him, forcing Perseus to evade the attack in midair as the flames engulf the ground and consume the entire army.
Bro, that lava just fun and the air just looks so, I could feel that shit just, you ever got burned by hot oil? Yeah, that's the feeling I'm getting. Probably even 100 times worse. Disintegration. But these movies be lying, bro. It be lying, but nah, that shit look hot as hell. Yo, quick story time. Let me don't get off topic, right? When I was younger, though, that's what I was saying about hot oil. It was this girl and her brother. They got into a fight. Tell me why shorty went to the kitchen, grabbed a pan of hot oil, and tossed it on her brother's face. My boy got a big ass scar right here, right now, like on some real shit. If I'm lying, God strike me down. But let's go.
Army. Seeing his son in danger, Zeus prepares to unleash a final attack alongside his brother. They unleash the energy at Cronus, creating a massive shockwave that pushes the enemy back, allowing Perseus to approach. In a furious rage, Cronus unleashes a devastating attack, pounding the ground and triggering a massive explosion, while Zeus desperately defends against it to protect his brother. Despite Zeus's efforts, Cronus's power proves overwhelming, breaking through the barrier and sending Zeus crashing into the rocks. Seizing the opportunity, Perseus flies directly toward the monster's face, charging the spear of Triam and piercing through the flames into its mouth.
That Pegasus thing is tough. He just flew through fire? Oh, I'm tripping. That shit tough as hell. But good shit, though. Stab that bitch ass nigga in his mouth. Let's go. Ain't no diddy.
Using the spear, Perseus wounds the creature and hurls the weapon into its body, releasing tremendous energy. The Titan screams in agony, erupting from within and causing a massive explosion that fills the sky as the soldiers cheer in victory. After the chaos subsides, Perseus finds his fatally wounded father alongside Hades. Zeus, on the brink of death, advises Perseus to use his powers wisely and expresses gratitude for his actions before fading away into dust. Perseus, holding back tears, returns to his son and passes on his weapon, urging the boy to always remember the god's contributions to humanity and to never forget his true identity.